This ain't funny. I got things to do. I glanced around, too, and saw that she actually didn't have much to do. The two guys were playing pool and didn't seem all that thirsty. The ball-cap guy had nearly a full draft in front of him. I looked again at the blonde. "I'm not kidding," I told her. "Bullshit," she replied irately, already at the end of her patience. This was shocking. It wasn't like I'd never heard a curse word before, or used them myself, just that I didn't tend to blurt them out to strangers looking for jobs, or strangers on the whole. And also, I'd been there for about 3 minutes and hadn't done anything to strain anyone's patience, much less push them to the end of it. "No, seriously, I'd like to apply for the position," I explained. She didn't answer for a while, and took the time she was silent to study me. I decided to do the same. She'd be pretty if she didn't tease her hair out so much, and wear that much makeup, and look clearly like she was in a bad mood and anyone could set her off. Though she really pulled off that tank top. I had serious cleavage too, but it didn't come with a petite, slim but rounded body. It came with a big ass, and a mini Buddha belly, and a hint of back fat, not to mention somewhat flabby arms. I decided to break the silence and announce, "I'm Lauren Graham." I stuck out my hand. She stared at my hand and didn't get the chance to speak, because the ball-cap man spoke. "Jim Billy," he said, and I turned to him. "Sorry?" His hand was out to me. He was smiling, and this time looking into my eyes. On the left side, he'd lost the second tooth in and hadn't bothered to replace it. For some reason, instead of this making him look like a hillbilly with bad dental hygiene, it made him look a little goofy and a little sweet. "Jim Billy," he repeated. "That's my name." I took his hand and shook it. "Nice to meet you, Jim Billy." I repeated his name because I learned a long time ago at a training seminar to do that when you met someone. It solidified their name in your mind, so you wouldn't forget it. I was terrible with names, and I found this worked, and I figured a waitress in a small town needed to remember the names of the regulars at the bar. And Jim Billy definitely looked like a regular. It also worked that I chanted, "Jim Billy, Jim Billy, Jim Billy," in my head. Then again, who'd forget the name Jim Billy? He gave me a squeeze, released my hand, and his gaze swung to the blonde. "Tate'll like her. Big time," he declared. "Bubba'll like her even better." "Shut up, Jim Billy," the blonde muttered. "About the job," I stated, bringing us back to the matter at hand, and the blonde looked at me. Then she leaned into me. "Girl, take this as me doing you a favor. Boys around here," she threw out a hand, "they'd eat you alive. Go to Chantel. Gnawbone. Woman like you has got no business in Carnal." Carnal. That was one of the reasons I picked that town. Its name was Carnal. I thought that was funny and interesting, but that was as interesting as I wanted to get. I wanted to live in a nowheresville town called Carnal. I wanted to work in an anywhere bar called Bubba's. There was nothing to either, except the names. Nothing memorable. Nothing special. Nothing. "You don't understand," I told her. She leaned back and stated, "Oh, girl, I understand." Her eyes moved from the top of my head to my midriff, which was all she could see with the bar in her way. Then they came back to mine. "You're looking for a thrill. You're looking for adventure." "I'm not. She threw her hands up. "You think I don't know it when I see it? Do I look like a woman who ain't been around? Do I look like a woman who feels like hiring and training and learning to put up with the new shit a new waitress is gonna feed me? Then when she realizes that she wants her old life back, she ups and leaves, and then I have to hire and train and learn to put up with new shit again?"